Hey, it's Jeff again. Several months ago I made this shirt, and it might be kind of offensive to you if you're still waking up or if you haven't woken up, and if you're awakened, it probably suits you well. It says box me, box you, like you're in the box, and then you in the box, and then me outside the box. And I made this because there's so many people that have been on social media for 10 years or more, and they are directed of how to think by other social media users, and ultimately there's 40% bots that help people learn from each other and direct people how to think and how to think, oh, this person's crazy, or this situation is woo-woo, or whatever, people they don't know what's real and what to trust and what to think on their own. So, if you're listening to the crowd, you're in the box, and if you're a self-thinker, which they don't want, or if you're realistic, which they don't want, then you're outside of the box. And if you're outside of the box, then you're pretty much considered an awakened person. And once you're awakened, you start to see things that you can't never take back. It's kind of like when you look at a FedEx sign and you see the arrow, and then you try to not see the arrow anymore in between the E and the X, and you'll never not see the arrow again. So anyways, I wanted to talk about 5G, my awakening, the control grid, the Internet of Things, etc. So I was just not a social media user. I was just living with my mom for a while, and I was just doing my own thing, working on little projects, being creative, and I like to fly multiple airplanes and just do my own thing, considered a nerd maybe, and not popular by today's standards. I'm not into the top songs, and I don't really know what's going on out there as far as what's hip and hop at this second in time. And I don't have Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter or any of that stuff. I tried Facebook for a little bit and I hated it. So, anyways, I woke up, I had a personal awakening, spiritual awakening. I started eating better, meditating, all the great stuff that you find out that's healthy for people. And all of a sudden, I didn't realize, but I started getting beamed by a 5G satellite, and it was studying me. And come to find, there's two sides. The bad side wants you to feel negative, and they try to put negative energy on you, and the positive side wants you to feel positive, and they try to put positive energy on you. And if you're feeling negative, that almost gives an invitation for the negative side to put negative energy on you, vice versa. So sounds kind of crazy, but they have this thing called monoatomic gold particles and monoatomic particles in general, which are quantum particles, and they can kind of shift in and out of different dimensions. And they've made little smart chips that are a millionth the size of your human hair. So let's say this is your human hair, and you have a chip that's a millionth of the width of a human hair, and they're called nano dust or smart dust or whatever you want to call it, and they're 10 to 100 times stronger, faster, better than your cell phone up to date in 2019. So you think your cell phone's badass, well, they have little nano chips that will beat it by 100 times, and now they have scientific proof that they're doing geological, they're trying to geoengineer the climate and the planet, and they're doing chemtrails, and now they're admitting to doing chemtrails. So if they're admitting to doing chemtrails, that they're not actually doing chemtrails, they're actually doing nanotrails. And I'm just a guy, that's my opinion. I'm not a scientist or a doctor or any of that. I'm just a guy trying to figure out what's really going on here. And they have quantum computers that are like couple hundred qubits, and if you understand what a quantum computer is, kind of like goes in between the ones and the zeros and makes up, kind of. Anyways, they can see into the future. They have things called the looking glass and the black mirror, or whatever you want to call it, and they found out that there's really no such thing as time. It's all happening at the same time, but you can change the future in the present. So they're worried about people that are creative, that can see through just like we're quantum computers, so we can see through stuff and kind of see into the future, by visualization and whatnot. So they're trying to dumb people down with drugs and with putting shit in the food and with these, nanochips and stuff. And ultimately, you're wetware, you're a Wi-Fi device. When you think, it puts out little signals, and they can take these 5G, the Internet of Things, and they can tell they can tell almost what people are thinking. They can kind of get brief glimpses of visualizations that they have, but they can definitely tell how you feel. If you feel bad, if you feel good, you put off like an aura, and they can read each person's frequency with the 5G Internet of Things. And so with all these nano chips, you breathe it in, it gets on your pets, it gets on you, it gets on the trees, and they have a simulation of the whole world. Excuse me, just get pretty heavy. They have a simulation of the whole world with every person in it, in their simulation, that they could look at. And, they could look up you, and then they could see your whole file, ever since you've ever had a computer, a cell phone, everything you've ever said, every picture you've ever took. And then you're just carrying around your phone, and it has a camera on this side and a camera on this side, and they can see, they have all that recorded on these huge industrial complexes of, just terabytes of data storage. I can't even explain, look it up. And they're recording every single thing. They're like crackheads for your data. Like, they want to suck your data out of you so badly. And as soon as you have an emotional reaction, they know what that is 28 minutes in the future. So up to date right now, if you were going to kill somebody, they would know about it at least 28 minutes before you did it, because there would be so much emotion involved. So the trade towers were vaporized with Tesla's technology, which might sound crazy, but they have satellites that could literally vaporize concrete, steel, aluminum, any kind of metals. People are harder to, people absorb the magnetic microwaves, and wood and plastic also absorb it, and so you can't really vaporize wood or plastic or organic matter. So that's why all these trees are dying around everywhere, because 5G doesn't go through trees, and they want to know everything of everybody, and they want to monitor every single person all the time, and they don't want trees to get in the way of it, so they're killing all the beautiful oak trees, and they're killing all the vegetation and all the biology, and they're coming up with all these crazy, they're telling people and letting people think crazy crap about everybody's going to die. And I don't think they want to kill everybody. They want everybody's data. They want to control everybody. They want you to be a robot. They already have AI inside you. They already have nano dust inside you. If you're living and you're breathing in this dust. And so it's all over your skin, and they have, like I said, they have a simulation of you, exactly what you look like, and then it knows exactly how you move. It knows exactly what you think all the time, what you say. So they could ask the simulation a question, and it would pretty much answer them just how you would, because they know you. They have algorithms of you. They know exactly. And now they're saying that they pulled a monkey's consciousness into this thing, and the monkey died in reality, and it thought it was still living in this computer. So they want people to think there's an event. They want you to just think, like similar to God. I'm not down to God. I love God and I accept God. But if God comes to save us, we're going to know that it's God. Like, if it's just energy and you're just like, I feel this energy, you're being microwaved. Like you're literally in a microwave oven being microwaved, and you're getting delirious and you're feeling all good because that's what it can do. It's almost like being on meth. And it's just so crazy. So to back what I'm saying, for my opinion, in 2011, they started saying, oh, your reality controls your health. You can change your genetics by thought, by your reality. If you have positive visualizations, they showed where you have like red negative in your gene things. There's like red negative things you can turn to the green. And they started talking about how AI can make movies and make things in 2011 that is so real that it's almost like fake, and it had to tone it down and make it like less perfect so that people would believe it. And all of a sudden in 2012 they started pushing how it's made on the Science Channel, and all of a sudden it was all about how it's made, and then all of a sudden all the documentaries went away and all the cool shows went away, and they started twisting them into these weird things. But before that happened, they said that in 2000 to 2100 they're going to have 100 times more technological advances than they had from 1900 to 2000. So if you can imagine the internet being made, space travel, the shuttle, the internet, all this stuff was made in 100 years, in this last 100 years. So in the next 100 years, from 2000 to 2100, they're supposed to have 100 times that technology. So we're like a fifth of the way through now. Like, where's all this technology? It's gotten to the point where you're a Wi-Fi device. Like, my camera is a Canon camera and it has a Wi-Fi connection. Well, they can beam down 5G and suck the data out of my camera. Like right now, they're probably watching this in real time, or maybe even 28 minutes ahead of time, because I'm feeling emotional about it, and I haven't even posted it, and I don't have any